Oneself, I sing, a simple, separate person, yet utter the word democratic, the word en masse, of physiology from top to toe, I sing. Not physiognomy alone, nor brain alone, is worthy of the muse, I say. The form complete is worthier far, the female equally with the male, I sing, of life immense in passion, pulse, and power, cheerful for freest action, formed under the laws divine, the modern man, I sing. As I pondered in silence, returning upon my poems, considering, lingering long, a phantom arose before me with distrustful aspect, terrible in beauty, age, and power, the genius of poets of old lands, as to me directing like flame its eyes with finger pointing to many immortal songs. The menacing voice, "What singest thou?" it said. "Knowest thou not there is but one theme for ever enduring bards, and that is the theme of war, the fortune of battles, the making of perfect soldiers?" "Be it so," I answered. "I too, haughty shade, also sing war, and a longer and greater one than any, waged in my book with varying fortune, with flight, advance, and retreat, victory deferred and wavering, yet methinks certain, or as good as certain, at the least, the field, the world, for life and death, for the body and for the eternal soul. Lo, I too am come, chanting the chant of battles. I above all promote brave soldiers." In cabin ships at sea, the boundless blue on every side expanding, with whistling winds and music of the waves, the large imperious waves, or some lone bark buoyed on the dense marine, where joyous full of faith spreading white sails, she cleaves the ether mid the sparkle and the foam of day, or under many a star at night, by sailors young and old, haply the boundless vista and horizon, far and dim, all here. And this is ocean's poem. Then falter not, O book, fulfill your destiny. You not a reminiscence of the land alone, you too as a lone bark cleaving the ether, proposed I know not, whither yet ever full of faith, consort to every ship that sails, sail you, bear forth to them folded my love, dear mariners, for you I fold it, here in every leaf. Speed on, my book, spread your white sails, my little bark, athwart the imperious waves, chant on, sail on, bear o'er the boundless blue, from me to every sea, this song for mariners and all their ships. To foreign lands, I heard that you'd asked for something to prove this puzzle, the New World, and to define America, her athletic democracy. Therefore I send you my poems, that you hold in them what you wanted. To a historian, you who celebrate bygones, who have explored the outward, the surfaces of races, the life that has exhibited itself, who have treated of man as the creatures of politics, aggregates, rulers, and priests, the habitant of the Alleghenies, treating of him as he is in himself, in his own rights, pressing the pulse of the life that has seldom exhibited itself, the great pride of man in himself, the canter of personality, outlining that is yet to be, I project the history of the future. To thee, old cause, thou peerless, passionate, good cause, thou stern, remorseless, sweet idea, deathless, throughout the ages, races, lands. After a strange, sad war, great war for thee, I think all war through time has really fought, and will be really fought for thee. These chants for thee, the eternal march of thee. A war, O soldiers, not for itself alone. Far, far more stood silently waiting behind, now to advance in this book. Thou orb of many orbs, thou seething principle, thou well-kept latent germ, thou center. Around the idea of thee, the war evolving, with all its angry and vehement play of causes, with vast results to come for thrice 1,000 years, these recitatives for thee, my book, the war, are one, merged in its spirit, I and mine, as the contest hinged on thee, as a wheel on its axis turns, this book unwitting to itself around the idea of thee. Eidolons. I met a seer, passing the hues and objects of the world, the fields of art and learning, pleasure, sense, tickling eidolons. But in thy chance, said he, no more the puzzling hour, nor day, nor segments, parts, put first before the rest as light for all, and in trance song of all, that of eidolons, ever the dim beginning, ever the growth, the rounding of the circle, ever the summit and the merge at last, to surely start again, eidolons, eidolons, ever the mutable, ever materials changing, crumbling, recohering, ever the altiers, the factories divine, issuing eidolons, lo, I, or you, or woman, man, or state, known or unknown, we seeming solid wealth, strength, beauty, build, but really build eidolons, the obstinate, evanescent, the substance of an artist's mood, or savant's studies long, or warriors, martyrs, heroes' toils, to fashion this eidolon. Of every human life, the units gathered posted, not a thought, emotion, deed left out, the whole or large or small summed, added up, in its eidolon, the old, old urge, based on the ancient pinnacles, low, newer, higher pinnacles, from science and the modern still impelled, the old, old urge eidolons, the present now and here, America's busy, teeming, intricate world of aggregate and segregate, for only thence releasing today's eidolons. These, with the past, of vanished lands, of all the reigns of kings across the sea, old conquerors, old campaigns, old sailors, voyages, joining eidolons, densities, growth, facades, strata of mountains, soils, rocks, giant trees, far born, far dying, living long to leave, eidolons everlasting, exalt, rapt, ecstatic, the visible, but their womb of birth, of orbic tendencies to shape and shape and shape. The mighty earth eidolon, all space, all time, the stars, the terrible perpetuations of the suns, swelling, collapsing, ending, serving their longer, shorter use, filled with eidolons only. The noiseless myriads, the infinite oceans where the rivers empty and separate countless free identities like eyesight, the true realities eidolons. Not this the world, nor these the universes, they the universes, purport and end, ever the permanent life of life, Eidolons, Eidolons, beyond thy lectures learned professors, beyond thy telescope or spectroscope, observers keen, beyond all mathematics, beyond the doctor's surgery, anatomy, beyond the chemist with his chemistry, the entities of entities, Eidolons, unfixed yet fixed, ever shall be, ever have been and are, sweeping the present to the infinite future. Eidolons, Eidolons, Eidolons. The prophet and the bard shall yet maintain themselves in higher stages yet, shall mediate to the modern, to the democracy, interpret yet to them God and Eidolons, and thee, my soul, joys, ceaseless exercises, exaltations, thy yearning amply fed at last, prepared to meet thy mates, Eidolons. Thy body permanent, the body lurking there within thy body, the only portent of the form thou art, the real I myself, an image, an Eidolon. Thy very songs, not in the songs, no special strains to sing, none for itself, but from the whole resulting, rising at last and floating, a round, full-orbed Eidolon.